Alright guys, so I just finished up editing the video I told you guys that was coming, where I let that nice buck walk. So I think there's a takeaway from this video, and after editing it I figured it would be nice to share. So in the video, as you're watching it and you see the buck, watch his body language. So where you're going to see him is, it's the ditch obviously, and then there's a small levee, and on that other side of the levee there's a lot of people access, a lot of people come in from that way. And it just kind of goes to show you how these deer react, and how they can react, and how they move through the woods. And I think it can be to some help for you guys. I've learned something from it anyway. So as you guys know, myself and Cody, we like to we call it slip hunting a lot, where we move through the woods quietly, whether it be with a bow or a rifle, and depending on the time of the year. And what we do is we move slowly, and we stop every now and then and just sit for a while. Well, if you watch how this buck acts, as soon as he crosses the ditch, right before he tops the levee to where he gets in an open hardwood bottom, he stops. And I want you to pay attention to how long he sits there. He turns back and he looks at me, and then he looks the other direction, and his ears are constantly moving, and he's smelling. So this just kind of goes to show you that deer are very alert, and if you move through the woods the kind of the same way they do, you can be successful. So if I'd have been walking through there, hunting on the ground and moving slowly, I may have would have stopped on that other side of that levee and just sit for 5 or 10 minutes. And if that would have been the case, that deer would have popped up over that levee, and I would have ultimately been able to, harvest the deer if I wanted to. So I think that can help you guys. Obviously, I was sitting down on the ground, and that wasn't my tactics for the day, but that should be able to help you, and I think you can have some success doing it like that, especially if you don't like to sit for a long period of time and you kind of like to move around, so you can use that tactic. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. We're still hunting hard. We're into December now. The bucks are still chasing, starting to slow down a little bit, but we should have some more stuff coming your way. We got some rabbit hunts lined up with my dad and my uncle that we're going to try to share with you guys, and thank y'all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright y'all, it is, what's today, November 26th?
Yeah, 26th.
Thanksgiving Day. Me and Cody decided to come in here to a bottom we've been hunting on and on, off all year, bow hunting, and we're going to split up. But the bucks are finally starting to cruise. We got a pretty good walk in here to where we're going. We usually access from the other side, but it worked out better if we come in from this side this morning. We're going to get in here and split up.
Yeah, we think we done figured it out. A lot of homework, a lot of paying attention to little details. So we'll get up here, down here in this bottom. The wind's kind of doing crazy things. It's about, 38, 39 degrees. So good weather. Yesterday we probably found, 10 scrapes in the same area, all coming out of little swamp bedding basically. So we're gonna get in here and sit on that transition line, and I think we're gonna catch something cruising. So we feel really confident. We got a little extended range this morning, so
yeah, we put down the bows and picked up some rifles.
We're gonna get it done.
Yeah, I think my plan is to sit on like some downwind side of some bedding areas and just see that bucks will be cruising it today. So that's the plan. We're gonna get in here and get set up, and we'll see y'all when we get there.
Yeah, if they, 400 or 500 yards. Our plan is to get on the other side of that ditch and get to where this stuff gets really thick in there. So we're just gonna keep on slipping, still hunting our way back there, and just keeping our eyes open. As you guys can see my breath, so it's a good morning. We got high hopes for it, so y'all come with us and let's see what happens. small stretch of woods here.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure.
Oh, there's a big old rug right there. Right on the edge.
Wow.
It's hot ring vines.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Here's the last ditch we were talking about crossing. In between this ditch, there's another ditch, and then there's a really big ditch. Well, this is a narrow strip of woods, probably 300, 400 yards wide, that just creates an awesome funnel. So, we're gonna ease over here and get set up, spread out, and see what we can come up with. It's great right there. That's where we're going, across this ditch. It gets real thick over there. And there's some old duck hole over there. Get over there and get up against it. I'm probably gonna sit on this edge and let Cody go on in a little deeper. You ready? Let's rock and roll with it, baby. Alright, y'all. Cody's headed back along this slough. I'm gonna get on that edge, and I'm gonna watch this bottom and creek bottom here, hoping a buck's coming, down the edge here. So that's the plan. We'll get in here up against the tree and get settled in. See what we can come up with. Thank y'all for watching. Somebody did just shoot over there. Seemed like a pretty good ways away, maybe across the big ditch, but who knows. We're gonna get, like I said, we're gonna get settled in and see if we can get on a deer this morning. Alright guys, well, I got settled into my spot here. It's dead calm, no wind. The sun's starting to come up, as you can see in the background, so I ought to have my thermals rising. Bucks are starting to cruise here in North Mississippi pretty good, so me and Cody slipped back in here to a bottom where we found a bunch of big buck sign during turkey season. We think we got him kind of figured out, so he went on one side and I'm on the other side, and what it is, there's a ditch behind me here, and it butts up to a big duck hole, and then it's bottom back to my north here in this little patch of woods I'm looking at. It's an open hardwood bottom with cypress and stuff, and it gets really thick, and then there's another small little ditch over there. So we're expecting them to kind of be running this narrow strip of woods. It's probably 300 yards wide, back and forth, looking for hot does. That's the thought anyway, so it's 7:30. I figure we'll sit here till 10 or so. Just give it a good shot anyway. Nothing like hunting Thanksgiving Day here in Mississippi. Doesn't get much better than this. So y'all stay tuned and we'll see if we can get one on the ground for y'all.
nice little 8-point standing on this ditch bank. I thought I seen something moving down there earlier, but I wasn't sure. But he just wasn't quite big enough for me. And I think he may have been just barely legal. So, down here where we're hunting, they have to have a 15-inch main beam. There's no point restriction. And he probably was legal, but I've already killed one deer in here. That was just a hair bigger than him, so I'm holding out for something a little bit bigger. So, hopefully Cody's having some action. Where that buck was headed was a bedding area over here that me and Cody found during the spring, so it's good to see our scouting and stuff paying off. He didn't look like he was cruising for does. It just looked like he was, moseying back towards his bedroom, so I'm gonna settle back in here and see if we can see something bigger. Beautiful morning here in North Mississippi. Alright guys, I'm packing up here. Cody just texted me and said he's on his way out. It's about 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. So we both got to get back and get ready for these dinners. I got to go out of town, and I think Cody's got one to be at somewhere else. So we'll slip out of here and be back at it tomorrow, Friday. So we got a few more days yet before we have to go back to work and such. So that's the plan. Just keep on grinding until we get one down. I'm gonna sit here and see if he runs anything out on me, though. I know that. So, if we don't talk to y'all again before we get out of here, we'll see y'all on the next one.